multiple cellular networks. That's what's not ready.
Or it's supposed to go to multiple cellular networks, but it's obviously not working.
I just had to feed it another $100.
She said, I'm not ready.
TJ, what's your last name again?
Scott.
God.
Scott. Okay.
Even I remembered that.
I know. And you're older than me, so
I
man,
know.
that's doing good. Do you go to the Austin? What is it? That Republican Party in Austin? That's the real Republican, the real Republican.
You're talking about
Party?
the Central Texas Republican Assembly that I was
That
the
one.
president of for 8 years?
That's one. That's the one. That's where I knew. I was tying the names up. I was getting them go. I know, all right.
Yes.
That's still happening.
Well, it hasn't happened since this COVID crap started.
Yeah, we've had 3 meetings since the Kung Flu was over, and we got a letter yesterday from the hotel that hosts our meetings and says, y'all are out for right now. So yeah, we had 89 people show up in a room for 125, and the owners and the managers got no problem with it, but apparently a guest that night, probably named Karen, showed up.
I like Karen.
You like Karen. So we had a guest that night apparently filed a complaint with Hilton, and it came down the line, and we ready to go?
It says starting. I'm waiting for my wife to tell me that she sees it. Maybe you can check and see if
I will check and
Are you
see.
kidding me?
No, so we're right now, we don't know where our meeting's going to be.
Karen was the guest and Karen's the one that ratted on you?
Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it was a guest in the hotel.
Karen is the current word for the leftist that cares too much.
Oh, I didn't know.
Karen.
I'm sorry.
Karen's gotten a bad rap.
I'm old and feeble.
Karen's getting a bad rap. Okay.
It's a triggered leftist.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Catch us all crotchety folks up to speed.
So is Karen supposed to be a leftist?
I think so. Well, I don't know. You
I
guys,
think she's a whiner.
yeah, maybe it's just overly caring to the point of crying and
Oh,
breaking.
I got it.
I think Karen is a soccer mom.
More Budinsky, it sounds like to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what they're calling Karen.
Mrs. Kravitz.
They're calling.
Looks like we're live, dude. We are here.
Okay.
All right, folks, I'm sitting here with TJ Scott, and he was just reminding me that he was has been the president for many years of the Central Texas Republican
Assembly.
And you call yourself the Republican arm of the Republican Party? Is that your
Republican,
motto?
The Republican wing of the Republican Party is the motto of the Republican Assembly. And you know, there's the National Federation of Republican Assemblies, there's the Texas Republican Assembly, and then I was the president of the Central Texas Republican Assembly for 8 years.
For 8 years. Holy mackerel. Good for you. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Did they get you that spiffy uniform?
No,
you're wearing?
no, but
It's a 3D uniform.
It is.
It's
It
a
is.
3D.
It is.
I have 3D clothes too.
Yeah.
I get it. So why did you come to the convention? Why are you here?
I
Why are you here?
I drove down this morning for one reason, and that was to meet with the Platform and Resolutions Committee because I have a resolution I want to get passed, and it has nothing to do with the platform. It's a resolution, and basically that's why I came down.
Okay.
Was to get a resolution. Hopefully they will put it out on the floor, and we'll get an up or down vote from the people,
From the delegates that
from
are
the
here.
delegates at the convention, virtual or however we're doing this.
What it's going to be. I think we're using carrier pigeons.
Well,
That's the latest
well,
I've heard.
I
So-
think the carrier. I think they bumped the carrier pigeon for Pony Express, but don't.
All right.
But don't quote me on that because
Okay.
that's been changing every half hour for the last 4 days.
I know we're still struggling. We may not know some of the answers still. We're halfway through. So tell me about your resolution.
Okay, like a lot of people, I think a lot of people are really upset with the governor of Texas, who has, in my opinion, been overstepping his authority as a governor. okay? And my resolution, and I have a number of whereases. The first whereas is whereas the U.S. Constitution, the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution says Congress shall make no laws represent an establishment of religion or prohibiting free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or the freedom of press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress and grievances. And whereas the governor of Texas has infringed on our First Amendment by prohibiting the free exercise of religion and denied our rights to peacefully assemble, and is by issuing executive orders which suppress and prohibit citizens from exercising those rights. And we are using this resolution to petition the government redress of these problems. Then I go on to quote the Texas Constitution, where it says we're going to have three parts of the government: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial, and where it says no person or collection of persons being of one of these departments shall exercise any power properly attached to the other.
That's right.
And I go on and say that I believe that Governor Abbott is doing that, whereas the governor of Texas has overreached his powers by passing orders that, according to him, take effect as laws, recognizing that is the responsibility of the legislative branch and not the executive branch. Then I state the Texas Constitution on convening special sessions. We all know the governor has the power to convene the special session, and I point out where he gets that power. But he's the only one that can call a special session. Then I go on to show that in the government code also that the legislature itself could call itself into order, but only to impeach. So we don't.
That's in, let me pause you there, because I heard that for the first time. So that is in Texas Code or Constitution?
Whereas the Texas Government Code 418.014 titled State of Disaster paragraph, nope, that's not the one you're asking about.
Yeah.
Okay, whereas the Texas Constitution has no mechanism for the state legislature to call themselves into special session, but the Texas Government Code, section 665.004, titled Convening House for Impeachment Purposes when the House is not in session. When the House is not in session, it may be convened to conduct an impeachment proceedings. Number one, by the proclamation of the governor, and we know we're not going to get that.
Happen, right.
Number two, by the proclamation of the Speaker of the House, if the Speaker is petitioned in writing by 50 or more members of the House. And number three, by proclamation in writing signed by a majority of the members of the House.
Okay.
So whereas the governor will not call a special session so that we, the people, can be represented by the lawful branch in making our laws, and the only thing for us to do is to impeach the government. This would be our last resort. And then I go on with the resolves. Be it resolved that the Republican Party of Texas calls upon the governor of Texas to immediately call into special session the Texas legislature to rescind all executive orders concerning the COVID virus, and that the Texas legislature debate and decide what is best for Texas and Texans.
Right.
Be it further resolved, if the governor of Texas refuses to call a special session, again, if the governor refuses to call a special session, then that the Republican Party of Texas calls upon the Speaker of the House to implement Texas Government Code section 665.004, paragraph A, subparagraph 2, to begin immediate impeachment procedures against the Texas governor. Be it further resolved that if the Speaker of the House will not implement Texas Code 665.004, paragraph A, subsection 2, that every Texas representative implement Texas Government Code paragraph, blah, 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 subparagraph 3. Be it further resolved, this will be distributed to everybody and their brother.
All right.
So that's basically what my resolution is. It is not my goal